Meantime, several politicians representing Scottsdale's district, they were paying extra close attention to this afternoon's news conference because they say it was the first time they were hearing that information.
Yeah, we're joined now by Senator Michelle Ugenti-Rita. And Senator, what are you hearing first from your constituents about what happened at Fashion Square and the surrounding community last night and the very slow police response?
Thank you so much. I woke up this morning to many text messages and emails from business owners in Scottsdale. They were shocked and frustrated with the slow response. They thought more could have been done to minimize the impact of what had happened. And I have been fielding those calls all day.
Yeah. After the news conference this afternoon with the Scottsdale mayor and the police chief, where they basically acknowledged the city was unprepared for what happened, how much faith do you have that they will be ready if something similar happens again tonight or going forward?
Well, I think they're prepared as of now, but it's unfortunate that it took an incident like last night to heighten the level of attention on something that, from my understanding, there was acknowledgement about prior to what had transpired. We want to be proactive. These business owners now have to pick up the pieces. They're dealing with their insurance company. They're dealing with stolen merchandise. They don't know if they can operate, when they can operate. So we need to be proactive and make sure this stuff doesn't happen in the future.
Yeah, certainly, especially coming right on the heels of the situation with COVID-19. Senator Michelle Ugenti-Rita, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And Congressman David Schweikert also joining us right now. Congressman, you grew up there in Scottsdale. What was your reaction when you saw what had happened, and what did you know about the events from last night?
Have you ever turned on your television? And I was actually watching 15 last night. You did a terrific job. And your heart is broken because I always thought our community was special and in many ways above this type of type of activity. And then today, I spent much of the day on the phone with shopkeepers and business owners and people who just care about our community, trying to get their heads around what actually happened last night.
Yeah, it's certainly shocking for everyone, especially as we were watching that unfold live right here on ABC 15. We have been hearing from several sources that the people responsible for this type of activity may be folks who are coming into Arizona, coming into Scottsdale from other locations to take part in these events, that they may not be affiliated necessarily with some of those protests happening in downtown Phoenix. Have you heard anything about that? And if so, how do you think that should be handled?
Well, look, I've heard the same rumor in some of the conversations I had today with folks that actually even live in the neighborhood down there. I just don't know the facts about that. It was interesting. One gallery owner who I was speaking to just an hour ago said she can actually find some of the organizers on the internet, on different types of social media, and they're boasting of some of the things that have been done. So we live in a new world. The bad actors here, I think, were telegraphed the vandalism, the looting they were going to do. And what's heartbreaking is, as a nation, we should be thinking about what happened in Minnesota and reflecting on how we deal with that as a society. And instead, the criminals have sort of stolen that message and now have engaged in this type of activity.
Yeah, many of those folks who were engaging in those peaceful protests in downtown Phoenix condemning this type of behavior, saying it does not correlate to their message or represent what they are working toward. Congressman David Schweikert, thanks so much for joining us tonight.